Вперед! Шагом! Марш!
As General Halliday and the 4th Brigade advanced upon Sarria, they found their way blocked by a full brigade of heavy French cavalry. General de Brigade, Pierre-Jean-Baptiste Lacoste de Fontenelle, has placed his cannon on a hill overlooking the crossroads. Whilst his heavy cavalry stay central, he has sent out a small hussar regiment around a pond on the left flank. Halliday refuses to be deterred, ordering his Hanoverians through the fields as the bulk of his forces follow the riflemen on a dirt road. British turn 1 begins with the Hanoverians setting up in a defensive position amongst the farmhouses overlooking the road. Flanked by a regiment of hussars, the main British force continues to advance towards the crossroads. French turn 1. The cannon open fire, causing minimal losses to the riflemen. The flanking hussars follow the plan and move to the crossroad to block the advancing British, as with a mighty roar, the cuirassiers charge down the road and into the British line, with the rest of the cavalry starting to flank the pond. The melee on the road proves to be bloody and brutal, and in the end, with the help of a small hussar regiment, the British line wins the day, sending the cuirassiers packing. British turn 2. British skirmishers start to pick away at the oncoming French heavy cavalry, as the forces tighten formations surrounding the severely depleted foot battalion. The Hanoverians and hussars abandon their defensive position and begin to swing around the advancing French. French turn 2. General de Brigade, Pierre-Jean-Baptiste Lacoste de Fontenelle, has a command and control problem, and his forces split, with one regiment advancing down the dirt road into the Hanoverians and easily dispatching the caught-out infantry. British turn 3, as the British skirmishers continue to pick away at the French cavalry. The hussars charge into the French heavy cavalry flank. The main hussar force charges into the French cavalry overlooking the crossroads. The ensuing combat went the way of the British forces. French turn 3. In a desperate attempt to save face, the French hussars re-engage the British hussars, only to be easily dispatched. British turn 4. Buoyed by their recent success and filled with bloodlust, the main British hussar regiment charges forward into the French carabiniers. French turn 4, as General de Brigade, Pierre-Jean-Baptiste Lacoste de Fontenelle, takes time to survey the battlefield. He notes how scattered his cavalry have become, and begins to send orders to save the situation. British turn 5, General Halliday, also uses the pause in action to take stock of the situation, as his independently minded riflemen edge their way towards the French cannon. French turn 5 begins with the cannons attempting to drive away the oncoming skirmishers, as the carabiniers begin to advance upon the oncoming British infantry. British turn 6. Halliday tells his aides that the crossroads must be taken at all cost. As the riflemen continue to pick away at the cannon battery, the panicking Hanoverians form a square overlooking the crossroads. French turn 6. The glorious Carabiniers continue their sweeping advance, barreling their way towards the British light cavalry. British turn 7. Consists of constant musket fire and scattered rifle shots, as the British infantry attempt to drive away the French forces. At the same time, the small Hussar regiment makes a break for the French backline. French turn 7. The Carabiniers wisely decide to bypass the infantry square and rush towards the British riflemen, hoping to relieve the cannon battery. British turn 8. The riflemen bravely face down the oncoming cavalry, with help from the infantry squares. But their commander orders them to jump behind the nearby hedge line. As the evening draws near, the British infantry have control of the road, and the scattered French forces are struggling to find a way to bring them to combat. French turn 8. As the day ends, neither side have definitive control of the area, and both commanders withdraw their forces disappointed in the day's affairs.